All right, and we should be live. What's going on, everybody? This is Thomas Van Campen once again, here to do a bit more animation, Black Rifle, you know the stuff. And I'm just gonna quickly click the link, turn off the audio so that it's not feeding back. And yeah, let's hop right into it. I just gotta wait for my stuff to load. I'll just let that load in the background. So yeah, if you were joining me last time, or if you watched the last stream after I uploaded it, you'll know that I'm currently working on this scene where this guy right here is being shot up to death, and he's kind of flying all over the place because of the bullets flying through his body. And so that's pretty cool. For this stream, I'm going to be animating the other guy getting shot up right next to him. So that's exciting. I think I'm going to alter this guy's spacing a bit first, just so the other guy behind him is easier to see. Let's see what happens when I do that. Maybe I'll just alter like... Yeah, maybe I'll alter his placing a bit just so he doesn't block the other guy too badly. In fact, you know what? Let's just get rid of these keyframes, whatever. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. So I'm just going to animate the guy behind him, the other rapist, as it were. I got to pull up their designs. I forgot to before I started streaming, but whatever. Professionalism, yay! I already have a viewer. Who is that? Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh, that's the reason. Here we go. So not a whole lot has happened, once again. I have a very boring life, I know. Just been doing some more Jerry Mouse, been making exceptional progress. I'm in the background creating a section of the story high thing, and it's going by much faster than I thought it would. So yeah, that's really exciting. It's actually quite simple, and that's mainly because I'm actually reusing background assets whenever I can. Sounds lazy, but hey, in animation, part of the fun is seeing how much you can reuse without people noticing, and even the professionals do that. So, you know, if you can cut corners and nobody will notice the difference, then why shouldn't you? You call it lazy, I call it practical. Anyway, so now that I have the design up here, let's start drawing. So I'm thinking his starting pose is going to be like this, and he's going to be a bit hunched over. This guy's design is very similar to the thief from this Birdfly solo. Very similar indeed. Oh, and April Fool's was quite a good one this year. There were lots of good pranks going around, especially as far as animation is concerned, and I'll get into some of my favorites in a bit. Okay. He has like a very square jaw. Okay. Let's erase that a bit so I don't make it too big. just make his head a bit bigger too. Because this is like supposed to be cartoonishly big. So I'm thinking to start, he's going to be shot in the left arm. I think that would be good. And in reaction, he drops his gun. So anyway, yeah, April Fool's gags. First one is an upload by my inspiration and favorite animator, Harry Partridge. The reason I started animating, he uploaded to his channel for the first time in millennia. It's labeled Starbarians Episode 3, but of course, being the day that it was an April Fool's prank. And basically the premise was, what are their names? Hogstrong and Kilgar's ship was trapped in a timey-limey vortex, which I guess like made them switch animation styles. So originally it switches to animation styles of Harry from earlier years, and then it switches to motion tweening, then it switches to Go Animate, then it switches to references like Zelda CDI and Annoying Orange. It's a really cool episode. And it was a very well put together piece of animation for something that's as simple as a what do you call it? A April Fool's gag. Like, he did not have to put in that much work for a simple prank, but there we go. So that was exciting. I watched that multiple times. That's the thing about Harry Partridge's cartoons. They're such high quality that you can watch them a multitude of times, and they're always good. So that's where he's going to get shot. Another really good April Fool's gag that we had this year was from Adult Swim. For those unaware, every set, like, Adult Swim is notorious for April Fool's gags. Like, I think last year their April Fool's gag was hyping up that there was going to be an April Fool's gags, and then there being nothing. Another year was like showing the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie completely silent in the bottom corner of the screen for the entire duration while giving their regular programming. So they always do like really trolly stuff like that. They're really good Adult Swim pranks. And another thing about them is that for the past few weeks, they've been airing season 5 of Samurai Jack every Saturday, which I already talked about. And it just so happens April Fool's landed on a Saturday. So rather than show the next episode of Samurai Jack, they showed the season premiere of Rick and Morty Season 3, which I'm disappointed I didn't get to see more Samurai Jack because I'm following that, and it is hella good. So freaking good. I am happy that we got to our first glimpse of Rick and Morty, and wondering if I should spoil anything. I don't think I'm going to spoil anything about the episode. If I ever do feel like doing it during this stream, I'll warn people ahead of time so that they can click off before I go into it. But there were a lot of twists and turns. I'll just say that much. Like the plot goes all over the place, and Rick proves to be a very clever bastard, as always. I'll just say that much. Yeah, and I think that, like, the whole point of the joke is that the rest of Rick and Morty season 3, so I've heard, isn't going to be aired until this summer, which is disappointing, but whatever. Adult Swim is pretty much all I watch nowadays. And I don't even watch that many shows in their programming. I watch 2. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm also a big fan of Venture Brothers. I binged watched that for a few days. Venture Brothers is hella good too. Dr. Venture, this is the monarch. I can't do it. I can try doing henchman that dies. Is it 24 or is that Gary? I'm gonna try and imitate the henchman that dies. What are you doing? I'm dead. Why can't you accept that? Oh, God. All those voices are super hard to do, and it doesn't help that I'm terrible at impressions as it is, so. I wish I was better. Let's try Dr. Girlfriend.
Oh, come on, sweetie. You don't need Dr. Venture.
Something like that. Just a really deep throat. Yeah, gross. I'm not saying that again. You know what I mean. It's just like a really bassy voice. It was just an unfortunate choice of vernacular. What about, what's his name? Hunter? Like the general guy that Brock Sampson always follows. Son,
you don't know, Dick.
Or something like that.
No touching the ladies.
Or something like that. Can't wait to play this back and just hear my alt. A beater. Can I borrow an egg beater? That's trying to be Patrick Warburton. Not really from Venture Brothers, although he does play a great character on that, Brock Sampson. Better than Joe Swanson, in my opinion, but, you know. Brock Sampson is one of the few, like, completely intelligent characters that Patrick Warburton plays, I think. Like, he's famous for Kronk, Batik, Joe Swanson, that guy from Seinfeld. He does all these characters that are traditionally very dumb. But, I'm getting horribly distracted. I apologize. I'm getting distracted by Facebook. So yeah, he's gonna fall over here, I think. He's gonna sling right up. Just sling right up there. He's actually quite tall. Which I don't believe is how I intended, but whatever. I'll roll with it. Good thing is in the next scene I won't have to animate him falling over, unlike the other guy that I animated first. Yeah, and even though it's not going to appear on screen, let's draw a picture of him lying down here so that I get the movement off screen down. Okay. So before I start putting in the detail, let's animate him moving about. I'm thinking I'd like this motion to be very quick. It should be facing here. Let's make that a bit longer. Alrighty. Hmm. Yeah, let's make one more pose like this. Similar to this anyway. Let's really sell that shot through the arm. My arm! That hurts so bad I'm gonna slant my head further back and reel my arm forward like this. That's how hurt people look, right? I hope so. Especially if they've been shot through the arm. Starting to look pretty good. Let's make this one really fast. Too bad my computer is glitching up again. Man, after these are done, I really gotta upgrade. Like, seriously. Jeez. Maybe I'll, like, just export these frames and then, like, as PNGs, then when I get Harmony on my other computer, I'll just draw over them after uploading them in sequence. Will that be too unfeasible? Unfeasible? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to look normal. Yeah, so these guys are kind of slowly falling into each other. Yeah. In fact, let's go ahead and there we go. All right, come on. Thank you. Okay. Forgot to put in the gun there. In fact, I could probably just do this. Yeah, there we go. Drinking some water on the side there. There we go. Not really. There we go. And let's turn that this way. Bring that down there. Just draw a quick little arc there. Feel like that's going by a bit too slow. Maybe I could like speed that up a bit. Just a bit. Yeah, that needs to be more in the middle. Chances are I won't be outlining these guys all the way when I do the good versions because there's no point in putting that much elaboration into something that's not going to appear on screen. Yeah, that's really slow. What if we did this? Oops. That's a little too far from the original pose. Let's try this. Let's see. So this would have blood splatter. Yeah, and then that comes out the other side. Gets shot in the chest too. Blab, squirt. I'm animating a guy getting shot in the head. My mother would be so proud. But it's for a good reason. He was gonna do terrible things, and she was only acting in self-defense. So, granted, it's probably really excessive force, but, you know. Blood everywhere. And he gets shot in the chest twice. Yeah, I think for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna probably animate the blood on a separate level or on a separate layer. Blah.
Hey, buddy.
Whoa. Whoa, you scared the crap out of me. God, that. Oh man, I just had a heart attack. I was like, what the fuck was that? How are you doing, man?
Doing good. Just got done with a stream with Andy Worski, and I saw that you DM me, and I figured let me just jump in and see what you're up to.
Yeah, man. It's cool to see you again. It's been a while. I've just been streaming some animation, doing this, and that's pretty much all I've been up to. What you're seeing is a commission from the Black Rifle Coffee Company. I'm basically making a skit where these guys are walking down a hall, an alleyway. They come across this girl, and like they make like these kind of suggestive gestures, I guess, and then she pulls out a submachine gun and shoots them. So that's fun. Yeah.
Did you catch the episode of Rick and Morty that came out on April Fools when nobody thought they would be actually doing something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious. And you
Yeah.
know what? I'm not even offended that it was an April Fool's joke because anytime Rick and Morty comes on, I'm down.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I just didn't believe that it was actually, until I saw people like, no, it's for real, it's for real. And I'm like, all right. But I swear if it's an April Fool's joke.
Like, I'm not exactly sure what people mean by April Fool's joke. Like, is that episode canon with the rest of the season that's coming up? Or is it like this mini episode thing that's not actually important?
No, it's canon. It's just that like nobody would have ever thought that on April Fools when it's usually like what April Fools would have been would be like remember when Aqua Teen was like, we're gonna show the entire Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie on live on Adult Swim tonight, and they showed like the first 5 minutes and then the screen got smaller and they started playing a Futurama episode. But you could still see the movie,
Yeah,
but it
I
was
do
like
remember
tiny.
that.
Yeah. So that
Yeah,
would be
wasn't
like,
the prank last year that they were hyping up that they were going to do this big prank and then they just didn't and they went on with their regular scheduling? I think that's what happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, it was a treat for sure. It's just at the same time, I was like, are they really going to do it? And I didn't think they were, but they did. So.
Well, I'm not at all offended. Granted, the reason why I was tuning into Adult Swim on a Saturday was because I wanted to watch some more Samurai Jack. But Rick and Morty, I will also take that. That is very good. And that episode was freaking hilarious. Just to be clear, you saw it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, anybody who didn't see it, you might want to go la 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 right now. But them explaining how he got out of it, like I think it was well done. Perfectly done.
Dude, like freaking Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, man, those guys are freaking geniuses. I'm pretty sure Dan Harmon is the guy who comes up with the very science fiction-y aspects of the show, whereas Justin Roiland is responsible for the humor.
Well, Justin
And you
Roiland,
know, like they
Justin Roiland, he had a series in 2006 without, it was just his creation, and it was called House of Cosby's. And House of Cosby's was this man that got like a clone machine and duplicated, Cosby. So he's had some like, sci-fi. Also, he created the, Doc and Marty thing, which was what started the whole Rick and Morty thing. So I think maybe Harmon just refined it,
Yeah, absolutely. Like basically Justin Roiland was the brain parents, I guess, or whatever you call it. But Dan Harmon was the guy who made it plausible and made it into something you could make a regular season out of. So, plus Dan Harmon is the voice of Bird Person. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Which do you want to talk about spoilers for the episode? Because if you do, I just want to give anybody tuning in a warning before we do.
Yeah, let's talk spoilers. Anybody who's listening don't want to hear it, I suggest go watch the episode. It's out there, and then come back and listen to this.
Yeah, and if you do go out to watch the episode, like I guess if you're gonna pirate, just whatever. But the show really does need support. So any way you can support it, I would highly ask that you do. What you can do is, if you own a phone, you can get.
There's no need to pirate it. Yeah, you just go to their website, Adult Swim's website, and they have it up there. They just show commercials.
Oh, okay.
on
Well,
it
that's
now.
perfect. That's perfect then. But yeah, I just loved the way Rick broke out of his prison. But more impressive than that, I just loved like his constantly changing motivation that keeps you guessing. I love how the whole thing was just an elaborate scheme so that he would cause Jerry and Beth to divorce so he could be the patriarchy of the family and also to disrupt the universe government. Like it was all just this elaborate scheme this whole time.
Yeah, he also got rid of all the Ricks.
Did he get rid of all of them? Yeah, I guess he did.
Yeah. Or at least a big chunk.
Yeah,
of
that's crazy. And like, oh my god, that ending was so goddamn funny. Where he's just like, where he's just going like, I don't care about you, Morty. I don't care about you. I don't care about your family. I'm not driven by any of that. I'm driven by that Mulan nugget sauce. I want that Mulan nugget sauce, Morty. It's just like such an oddly like obscure thing to reference. Oh god. Is that a real thing that McDonald's did? Do you know?
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Like that whole, apparently, according to this episode, they did a movie deal for Mulan where they released like a special sauce for their McNuggets that turns out was freaking delicious. So delicious that like Rick will go to any length to try and find it again.
Apparently it is real. It is real. I'm watching the McDonald's Mulan commercial in 1998, and
that's hilarious.
Disney's new movie Mulan, the epic adventure about this two little girls who save China. McDonald's is offering tender, crispy chicken McNuggets and a new Szechuan sauce for a tasty piece. Starting Tuesday, get 6 pieces for 99 cents, or 20 pieces for $3.29. And please hurry, or Gone Boy over here may never stop.
So it was a real thing.
That's so funny. Like that's the most obscure thing in the world to reference.
Also, I think people would get so offended at the commercial right now. Hold on, I'll screen share it right now so you can see what the commercial is presenting. Look at what the chicken nuggets are in.
How it's presented?
I'm presenting it if you could look at my screen.
Let me see this name.
Yeah, just take a peek at my screen.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I think people
that
would
is
get offended
not
now.
culturally sensitive.
Yeah, very
Oh dear.
cultural inappropriate. They have the
Yeah. Were there like
chopsticks.
any headlines about that? Where did it like seriously
Oh,
offend like the Chinese community?
this was in 1998, so it's not, yeah, 1998 was when it was released. So I don't think anybody really gave a damn. They just, But just what I
Oh
love is
man.
the fact that,
Tender chicken McNugget.
like, did somebody like actually have it in their crew, and they were like, you know what I really missed was the Mulan.
In honor of this new movie, Mulan, adventure about this cool girl.
Oh god, that's so
McDonald's is
funny.
offering tender, crispy chicken McNuggets and a new Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
Oh man. Like
I wonder-
I'm really curious about how that tastes now. Like in
Yeah.
all honesty.
Oh,
Like
look,
honestly, they should. Sorry, go ahead.
the chat is now all about Rick and Morty. I mean, the comments in this video is all about Rick and Morty
Yeah.
and wanting them to bring. Do you think this Rick and Morty episode would bring McDonald's to have to bring back the sauce?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if McDonald's like wanted to do a like sponsorship thing with Rick and Morty to just bring back the exact same sauce, like just the exact same recipe, but just make it about Rick and Morty instead of Mulan.
Yeah.
That said, at first I thought maybe they wouldn't do that because Rick and Morty's not exactly marketable
PC.
to children, but then again,
Yeah.
Carl's Jr. did it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the riskiest thing that McDonald's has done? Like, they don't really advertise like adult movies or anything anymore. Like, I remember when I was a kid, they would
What I
advertise like things
remember-
like Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, which, I think the first one would probably scare your kids a bit, but like I think it's still decently marketable just for how little Steven Spielberg whimsical it is. But like, I remember. You remember that Tim Burton movie, Batman Returns, like the one
Yeah.
with Danny DeVito Penguin?
Yeah.
I remember McDonald's originally wanted to do a Happy Meals deal for that movie, but that movie ended up being so dark, like so much darker than the first Batman movie, that they just decided to pull the contract because, like, what can you really make a toy about with that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I want a Happy Meal toy of Danny DeVito biting off somebody's meat.
I wonder if anybody does have that Mulan Szechuan sauce. How do you say it?
Oh man. But beyond that, the episode itself was really funny. And something I noticed was this one was a lot more referential to previous episodes, where I feel like every other episode to an extent was like really self-contained. But in this one, there was a bunch of stuff that you would not understand unless you watched the previous seasons.
Yeah.
So, like, I imagine somebody trying to hop into Rick and Morty for the first time, and like they watch this episode on a whim, and they're just watching all this stuff, and they're just like, man, there is so much shit I missed.
Yeah. Definitely this one is, you need to know the canon to like actually enjoy it more, but I think it still had like a lot of jokes that were pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
Just
for
so
sure.
weird.
Do you have any hopes for the Rick and Morty upcoming season? Like anything?
Oh yes,
back, or-
I think it will be an excellent season just from the first episode.
Yeah. I really hope Stephen Colbert's character comes back. He was Zeep in the Rick's Must Be Crazy, the one where Rick's car battery is a bunch of slaves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I remember. Yes, I know the one where they go into the battery and they have their own battery. That's why they're no longer producing energy for Rick.
Yeah, that's my personal favorite Rick and Morty episode
Yeah.
because that one just had great joke after great joke after great joke, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope Zeep comes back, and I'm not exactly sure how he would. I would imagine like maybe he like develops like growing technology to chase after Rick and get revenge or something. But like I hope that happens at some point.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm just along for the ride, and I'm gonna just enjoy as it comes. You know.
Oh,
Let me
for
see.
sure.
Oh,
Like
so yeah,
I'm totally down with whatever the show does at this point because like the show is just so damn good.
yeah. By the way, yeah, fans are petitioning McDonald's to release the sauce again.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Are they actually?
yep. And if you go
Where is this petition?
on change.org,
Change.org?
yeah. I'll give you the link.
Oh,
Just
I have to see
go to
this.
the article. Come on, where's the article at? Let's see.
Let's
So
see.
far, 6,400 signatures.
Where did you put the link? Did you put it in the group chat?
I'm still trying to go through the article and find where the link is.
Oh, okay.
This article's terrible. It doesn't give me the link.
Let's see.
There you go. I'll post it in the side chat right now.
All right. I see it. Oh my good gracious.
It has 19,000.
That's
Yeah.
so great. That's the best. That is the greatest.
And,
Like,
and here's the thing. I'm sure Wendy's will make fun of McDonald's if they don't like go along with this. Just because like Wendy's has been.
I'm sure like other restaurant people like want some way to recapture this. I know it's specifically a McDonald's sauce, but at the same time, I bet they'll be like, we'll go where McDonald's refuses to go and blah blah blah.
Yeah. But I love the Twitter
man.
wars between the fast food restaurants. Like Wendy's just keeps like sending like really shitty tweets at McDonald's, like about their frozen burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's just a great marketing strategy because like not only are you promoting your own brand, but like you're shitting on other people's brand and like people are totally buying into it. Like people love shade being thrown around everywhere. And as long as you can make it funny, like why not? I bet that's like the sole person's job for whoever handles the Wendy's Twitter. Like I bet you like he only did it like every once in a while as like part of his contract, but now he just does it full time.
Yeah. That's somebody's job.
Like he just spends all day responding to people's tweets. And like he's just running out of ways to be clever.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Nihilist Arby's?
No.
Nihilist Arby's just posts like weird tweets every day. That's like, your God is a lie. Everything you know is false. Just give up and die already. Eat Arby's. And like it has like tweets like that all the time, and it always ends with "Eat Arby's."
I love that.
It's pretty funny. Have you been watching any Samurai Jack?
No, I haven't seen it yet just because I want to binge watch it.
Oh man, like
I'm avoiding spoilers and everything. I'm just waiting for it to be like a full season and just like plow right through it because I don't know about you, but like the whole Netflix thing, the whole, being able to watch an entire season of a show has kind of spoiled me. like now I'm like, oh, really, do I have to
Yeah,
watch
I
a
can
show?
see why that would be.
Yeah,
And like because of how quickly information gets out now, like avoiding spoilers is more difficult than ever, especially because like some people will be just straight up assholes and just put it wherever they can just to fuck with you.
yeah. What I love now is like things like Netflix when they release like a show that's like exclusive to them. They don't release it like one episode at a time. They just release the entire season. So like Daredevil,
Yeah.
like Daredevil, they just released the entire season. They didn't bother like wasting any time, trying
Well,
to.
well, they have to know that like their most prominent buyers are binge watchers, right? So at that point, it's like, why release them episode by episode when you can probably charge more and
Mm,
people won't notice for the entire season to just go up.
yeah. But it's not even that they charge more. It's just that they release things that are exclusive, and instead of people having to wait, they'll just here's
I guess.
everything at one spot. Um, I like the only shows like Westworld. I watched it episode by episode because it was on HBO and I didn't want any spoilers or whatever. But like I like I said, I try to avoid when I see something Samurai Jack. I just like look the other way. I'm like, nope, I don't want it to be spoiled. Just I'll wait until it comes out and that's it.
I gotcha.
Rick and Morty, I'll watch because that'll be spoiled right away. Like you go on Twitter.
I guess I can see that, but you don't think Samurai Jack would be spoiled right away?
No,
No?
like no, because the problem is that like Rick and Morty, people put up memes and stuff like that that just spoil the entire joke. The meme is the joke.
Oh, I gotcha. Meanwhile, Samurai Jack, like, as well made as it is, there's not a lot like people are doing in the way of just like saying, "Oh, I can't believe this happened," or this, blah blah blah.
I
So
think right now there's a petition going on for a sauce. Like how, like you can't keep away from the show when you're like hearing people make jokes like about the sauce, and you're like, "Fuck, I want to be part of the joke," but I'm trying to. No, like you gotta, do it. You gotta watch the episode as soon as it comes out. Otherwise, you're, missing out on the joke.
yeah.
Like, do you ever feel like shitty like when you're like you just watched a TV show or a movie that was released years ago and there's like nobody you could really talk about it to in the moment?
Yeah, that's how I feel about I got the Adult Swim app for my phone, which pretty much allows me to watch any show from Adult Swim I want, with the exception of the Boondocks, which I'm freaking pissed about because I want to watch the Boondocks. But anyway, um, I've been binge watching the Venture Brothers while I've been working, and Venture Brothers is really good, but I don't know anybody else that watches it. So
Yeah. The ones I want to watch is like Archer and House. I've never watched either of those.
is Archer Adult Swim?
Is it? No, I think Archer's probably Comedy Central or one of those. Wait, let me see where Archer
I
is.
gotcha.
I don't watch TV,
Hang
so
on
I
a
don't
sec.
know. I don't know what belongs to what.
Hmm.
FX. They're on FX.
There we go. I just had to take a quick second to turn off the audio for my cartoon in case I accidentally drown you out. So
Archer is on FX, so yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, those I've heard lots of good things about Archer, and I've seen the T-shirts everywhere, but never looked particularly interesting to me, if I'm completely honest.
Yeah. It seems kind of like the type of humor you would find like on I don't know, like from the little clips I've seen, it kind of comes off as very dry but weird stuff happening.
I gotcha. Yeah, I kind of got that impression. I watched like small clips of it, and I did notice it has very kind of dry humor where it's kind of like I feel like all the Adult Swim shows that aren't on the on the like stranger side, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I feel like all of them have that kind of humor. So
Well, man, I just wanted to jump by and talk. I gotta run because it's already like 9 o'clock, and I haven't like I've been streaming since 5. So yeah.
yeah, sure. Well, thanks for dropping by, man. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, no problem. And like I said, if you ever want to drop by my channel, we could talk about stuff that isn't, you know, what I normally talk about.
Like the controversial stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Sounds
I
good.
constantly try to change it up, not always have to be the same thing.
Yeah, for sure. It's always refreshing to get away from that stuff and, delve into a little bit of another world every once in a while. So, yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
Catch you later.
Catch you later, man. Bye. And I believe he's gone now. Yeah, so that was failure accomplished, everybody. I'll probably link to his channel in the description below once I get the chance, once I stop streaming. He's a real nice guy, and, we have chats here and there. I have to confess, I was not prepared for him to hop on the stream. That actually, like, scared the crap out of me. Oh, that took me off guard, but, that was fun. All right, let's get the rest of this done. That's so funny that there's a petition going to bring the nugget sauce back. That is so funny. All right. This is getting pretty cartoony. And I like it. I feel like I'm drawing too many fingers. Let's see. Yeah, I'm definitely drawing way too many fingers. Sometimes I get distracted. I immediately go to 4, even though I initially planned that they were just supposed to be 3. But I can probably fix that. The whole 3 fingers rule is weird. I wonder if anybody else is going to hop onto my chat. pretty cool. I just realized this is another funny face. He looks like he looks a bit jokery. Man, where have I seen this before? Oh man, I'm trying to remember. What does this look like? Yeah, whatever. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, this is interesting. I just learned how to use a thing I never use. That was neat. Anywho. You'll learn something new. I'm like 2 years into using Toon Boom, and there are still so many things I don't know about. It's crazy. It's amazing what you learn. Ooh. Neat. Oops. Oh, that's cool. Man, I'm using so much stuff that I've never even like. Oh, that's so cool. Can I make this move forward? Maybe? I did. Oh, that's cool. That is super cool. So like, man, that's really neat. I can't believe I never used this before. Oh, that's so cool. Tell you what, let's make this guy be further up. Let's make the box. Oops. box further down. That's so cool. That's so weird. Yeah, it gives it like a weird sense of depth. All right, I'm using that so much more often because that's crazy. Anyway, super cool. That's why you should fiddle around sometimes, kids. You end up making really cool things. Because, like, I remember learning a bunch of similar stuff in After Effects. I had no idea you could do it here, too. Learn new stuff every day. What the hell was that? I heard like a psst right next to my ear.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Testing.
Who is this? It's an
Hey, it's
intruder.
It's Kyle here.
Oh, man.
How's my mic sounding right now?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How's my mic sound right now?
It's sounding good. It's sounding a lot better than last time, where I was way too quiet and you were way too loud.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Oh, man. And it's so bad because that was such a good conversation, too.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of points will just not be heard by a lot of people, which is a shame, but I guess you live and learn, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's how it goes, I guess. Have you been, man?
Good. How about you? What you've been up to?
Not a whole lot. Just been doing the same old, same old. As far as the Jerry Mouse thing goes, I've officially started doing background design for that, and I've been making some very steady progress on that. So I decided to take a quick break, animate some more of this. Yeah. How was your April Fools? Did anybody get you?
No, not this year.
Oh,
I
yes.
didn't end up getting anyone either. I think this was actually Adult Swim did get me with. I heard you talking about Rick and Morty. I almost didn't even click the link
Oh, yeah.
because just like a lot of other people, because everyone just assumed it would be just some huge joke, right?
Well, I mean, like, to Adult Swim's credit, they did show something legitimately entertaining, and it wasn't like a complete piss off because we did legitimately see the first episode of season 3, which, you know, I'm all for, even if I have to skip over Samurai Jack. But like, you know, it did for sure take people by surprise. And I have to confess, like, for a while, I didn't even understand that that's what it was. Like, I understood that it was April 1st and maybe it had something to do with that, but I was just like, what exactly is the joke? And, you know, it took somebody explaining it, be like, you know, they're premiering the season, but they're not showing anything else until the summer. So
Yeah, and I've heard of so many people just, you know how people have been waiting for season 3 for like ever, right? And it's kind of like a meme at this point. But just I've heard of so many people just like a lot of my friends just scrolled by the link and all the posts, and it's like because they just assumed that was Adult Swim's joke was that hey, we're debuting season 3, you know. But yeah, actually, I really enjoyed it. So much happened, like between just what Rick took down for the entire, a lot of the other Ricks and pretty much the entire galactic whatever it is.
Yeah, like I was surprised by how much Rick accomplished in this one episode. Like the last season ended on such a cliffhanger where it's like where people are wondering like what the hell is Rick going to do now, and everybody was throwing around theories and all that stuff. And it all just and like it like the note that the show ended off, like it had so much potential to go in so many different directions, and then it basically like debunked nearly everything. Like the Council of Ricks is gone now, the Galactic Federation is dismantled, Jerry and Beth are divorced, like and my favorite is that this was Rick's plan all along to become the patriarchy of Beth's family. Like Rick is such a manipulative asshole. Oh my god.
Yeah, but we can't help but love him, right?
God, it was like I can't believe it was all the ruse just so he could take over the family. Like that is some sadistic shit.
Yeah, the end of the very end of the episode, I liked how it called back to the end of season 1, because at the end of season 1 he was like Rick and Morty forever and ever, you know, .com, you know. And they just did that kind of.
Except this one was way funnier.
Yeah,
because it's just like, I'm not motivated by my love for you, Morty. I don't love you. I don't love your sister. I don't love your mom. I just want that Mulan McNugget sauce, Morty.
Yeah, that's my character arc, Morty. Yeah, I want the Mulan sauce. Yeah.
That's my whole motivation behind everything. I want that goddamn McNugget sauce, Morty.
Oh yeah, and then
It's so goddamn
you
funny.
guys mentioned that there was a legit petition to bring it back, which I actually wouldn't be surprised if it actually worked, honestly.
Yeah, I was talking to Failure about that, and I was wondering, like I wonder if when it came out, it was considered insensitive because they literally like served the McNuggets in a friggin' Chinese food box. Like,
Yeah,
that's a little weird, even for McDonald's, I think.
I think they're going for a theme. I guess I think Failure mentioned it, but like back in whatever that was, 98, I believe. Like no one really seemed to care at all, you know. And if you did that nowadays, I'm sure like you get 1,000 angry tweets about it and you know all that.
Yeah, I guess maybe we're just living in a different time where I think that's what would happen, but maybe people were a lot more accommodating to that sort of thing. I don't know. It could be any number of things, but like I wouldn't be surprised if like McDonald's made an official like marketing campaign centered around bringing that sauce back, but retheming it to Rick and Morty. Like that would be so funny.
They would be pretty smart to do it, to be honest, because everyone's gonna want, like, even I want to try it, even though, you know, just to say I did, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Plus, like, I never got to bring this up to Failure because he had to go somewhere. But I also liked the twist ending. Did you watch until the end credits?
Oh yeah, the after scene credits. That was good. That was.
Dude, Tammy is such a bitch.
Oh, I hate her.
Oh,
you know,
like
nice.
not only.
Sorry, I was just gonna say it's nice to see Bird Person again. I know you already warned about spoilers, so it's. But yeah.
Yeah. Like freaking on top of setting up a fake wedding for my best friend, just so you can assassinate him, you also remodeled him into a murder machine to track down me. Like, fuck you, lady.
Yeah, really.
Oh man, and you know, somebody in the YouTube comments, because I watched like the segregated clip shortly after watching it on Adult Swim. Somebody in the comments pointed out that if she's alive, then chances are that means that Squanch is either imprisoned or dead.
What makes you say that?
Well, because remember the last episode of season 2 where the wedding turns into an all-out gunfight and Squanch helps Rick's family get out of there by like hulking out and kicking everyone's ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if Tammy's still alive, then that might mean that Squanch is dead.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask.
Sorry,
the other thing that I that was brought up that I kind of wanted to chime in about was I think you brought up something about drawing either 3 fingers or 4 fingers on like a you know, your characters or whatever. What is your preference like in terms of just in general, I guess, or do you usually do one or the other? Do you do range?
Like bottom line, it doesn't really bother me. It largely depends on whether I'm copying a style or if I'm trying to go for a more cartoony look or realistic look. But you know, instinctually, I draw 5 fingers more than I do 4 just because it's what I've been doing my whole life. And as a kid, like I thought it was really weird, the cartoons with 4 fingers. Like The Simpsons, for instance. Yeah, for some reason, like I'm watching this show about bulgy-eyed yellow people, and the first thing that strikes me is they have 4 fingers.
Oh man. Yeah. I think I watched a video on it or something like that, and of all the like the reasons why it was like that, and it just comes down to like style and time saving and money saving and all that, and I guess
Which
it ranges.
is really weird. You wouldn't think one more finger would make that much of a difference, but apparently it does. There's a lot of like weird facts. cartoon tropes. Like apparently the reason why so many cartoon characters wear white gloves is because I think it has something to deal with like if you're in a black and white film and so you don't have much contrast because everything there is some sort of shade of gray. You want the hands to be able to stand out whenever they're making some sort of big goofy expression. Otherwise, you risk them looking like a silhouette. So, which if it's a clenched fist, it's not exactly easy to tell that it's a clenched fist. So you should have an excuse to make it pure white so that it shows up on film. Yeah,
That's interesting because I always wondered that as a kid. You see all these characters with these things.
yeah.
It's weird
That
how
freaking Polly Shore dog from Extremely Goofy movie pointed it out, and then we never heard from him again.
right. Do you know of any other I was gonna say tips and tricks in animation, but I guess that wouldn't really be like a tip or trick or anything. But
It kind of would be because it was made for the purpose of solving a problem. So
yeah. True.
But
yeah,
I can talk you through quite a few things. Like you probably already know about this, but have you ever like paused an animated film and you notice on one frame that it's like a really weird picture with like multiple eyes? You've seen my Facebook post before, right? Where I posted smears.
Yeah. Yeah, those are. I always every time I seem to pause like an animated anything, it always seems to stop at like one of those frames, and sometimes it's pretty interesting to look at, But
yeah. Yeah, it's like smears happen because it's like, what if you want your character to be moving literally within the blink of an eye? Like you only have one frame to get him from point A to point B, but you still want to make it smooth and you want to make it readable that he's going there and he's not just disappearing out of nowhere.
Right, and if you just if you moved him too far, it'd probably look like super choppy, right?
Yeah, and and I was reading about this in Richard Williams' Animator Survival Kit, where he delves into a little bit of history of animation. What's interesting is that what am I trying to say? A lot of like tropes like Hanna-Barbera cartoons and stuff like that, like the Flintstones, how like whenever they're running around they're like running through the same looping background, and like there's all these. And remember in Looney Tunes, whenever the witch would like dash off screen, she's not actually dashing. What's happening is she does her little dance, and then for a single frame, she disappears, and a puff of smoke is left in where she used to be, and like that smoke has hairpins in it. Like basically, it's like all these tactics to trick the audience into thinking movement is actually happening, or like implied movement is happening, when in actuality, it's basically an excuse to not draw as many things.
Right.
So,
right.
Because budgets were tough in that time. So.
Mm-hmm. In the animations you generally do, like if you had to prioritize one thing, would you generally prioritize your visual kind of thing, or would you prioritize the amount of frames you have, like smoothness or like looks?
Like, I'm not exactly sure, but like, are you asking whether I would like if I had to sacrifice like
if you were like strapped for time and you like you had a choice of either sacrificing visual quality or I guess the smoothness of it, the
like making it like really choppy?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Jerry Mouse is the perfect answer to that question, because like the way I went about that was I put in the major character poses first for every character in every shot. So it's kind of animated on fours, which means there's 4 exposures to every picture or more at times, and they kind of snap into each other rather than flow into each other.
Right.
So that's what I have at the moment. So that's what I have. I have those colored in, and right now I'm doing background work. So my hope is by the time I'm done all of that, I'll have a finished product that's not exactly smooth, but it's just appealing enough to look at, and I'm not worrying too much about focusing on this one scene, making it look as good as possible, only to discover I don't have enough time to do the other scenes.
Right,
So
you end up with
I'm
an unfinished project, right?
yeah, so having a timeline, a time limit as confining as this, I had to be really pragmatic about that. So yeah,
What comes after backgrounds generally? Like you said you're on that right now, right?
yeah.
Yeah. What would be after that?
What did you? Sorry, like were you asking a
Like I'm
question
looking
there?
into
Sometimes your
the.
mic cuts out.
Oh yeah. Like what would be kind of the order of animation? Kind of like what comes after backgrounds? You know, like what would be left after that?
Well, assuming that I have enough time after backgrounds, I would fine out the character animation a little more, make it a bit on the smoother side, so I can make it as appealing as possible. And then once all that's done, I'm not going to touch the actual scenes themselves any further. I would send them over to our director. He would compile them how he wishes, edit them how he wants, and then he would color correct them, make sure they have a more pop in color or it's saturated in the way that he wants. And yeah, that's pretty well it. Yeah.
Nice. What is your deadline for Jerry Mouse? Out of curiosity.
It's due May 15th, so the middle of May.
Oh, that's creeping up pretty fast, actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like at first it seems really close, but then you think like that's a solid over a month away. Like I've still got time, you know.
Yeah,
And
that's
the way
true.
I'm going, the way I'm going at it, I've got time to spare. And like speaking of another like technique that a lot of animators use to save time, what I've been doing as far as backgrounds is I've been reusing background assets over and over and over in different scenes. And like a couple of shots, I made this basic background thing of buildings in a certain order. Like that's one picture, but I have it in multiple shots, and it's just like, and the only difference is the buildings are flipped the other way, or they're a different size, or something like that. And I'm wondering if people are going to be able to pick up on that. Like, this is a weirdly laid out town because every building looks exactly the same.
Right. Yeah, I think in terms of like, well, any kind of art really, you'd be your biggest critic. You know, you're gonna make things and think, oh man, everyone's gonna notice that I did this or didn't do this, and meanwhile, you know, only a select few, pretty much yourself, is gonna be, you know, you're the hardest on yourself. You know.
Absolutely, for sure, man. And you know, I wouldn't exactly say I'm critical about how much I reuse the same assets. If anything, I'm kind of proud in a weird way because like part of the fun of animating is sitting back and wondering how often you can get away with doing this kind of stuff and nobody will notice. Like,
Right.
I think there's a kind of charm to that.
All right.
But you know,
yeah, I don't wanna hold you up
I
too
have
long.
like
I know you've been streaming for quite a while.
we can keep up a conversation if you want. Like, I'll probably, if we do, I'll probably just start a new scene or something, or maybe I'll work on Jerry Mouse a bit and I just won't screen share,
Right.
something like that. But if you want to keep hanging out, I'm down.
Yeah, I should have another maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes, sure, man.
Right on. Do you watch much Adventure Time at all, or?
I've watched bits and pieces. It's all right, but the humor's like not really my thing. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Oh, that actually leads me to a different question. Is in terms of like um Cartoon Network and like Adult Swim and like all the options to watch things on, or are you more for like a Netflix guy, or like what would be your preferred what do you get your fix on?
Like, what do I watch everything on?
Yeah.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you cut out for a second. Um, yeah, so right now, as far as Adult Swim goes, whenever I want to watch Rick and Morty or Samurai Jack, what I do is um, what am I trying to say? I just downloaded the Adult Swim app so I can watch it whenever I'm on the go or something, or whenever I'm plugged into the internet and I'm like waiting for a friend at a diner,
Right
which
on.
is really cool. Yeah, and whenever I want to buy like a whole season of something, like the reason I've watched so much of Steven Universe is because um, I downloaded like I bought the whole season on YouTube, which technically isn't the greatest service, but it doesn't bother me at all.
Did you say bot on YouTube?
Jeez, man, this connection's got to be really bad because you keep cutting.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize. I said, did you say that you bought it on YouTube?
Yeah, you can buy like seasons of shows and stuff on YouTube, and that's what I did on Steven Universe and Wander Over Yonder.
Huh, I actually didn't realize you could do that. Like I know you can get like you can buy or rent like YouTube Red stuff and all that, but yeah.
It's like I said before, it's technically not the greatest service out there, but like I don't know, I like it.
Right on, right on.
It saves me a trip out to the DVD store, and that's good enough for me. And I can access it whenever I log into my Google account. So
Yeah, true. It's always right there, right? You ever been much of a Netflix guy?
huh?
You ever been much of a Netflix guy, or more so for or have you leaned towards like I don't know, YouTube or actual cable networks or satellite or whatever?
Like, what's my main source of entertainment?
Yeah, I get okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Is if you would say you would watch more YouTube or more like general television.
YouTube or general television? I never turn on the TV like at all. Uh, like mainly because like I still live with my folks and they don't have any channels that interest me. So whenever I want to watch a show, I just see if I can buy it some other way or something like that. We have a Telus box. I should probably just start using that. But point being, it's not really what I do. So which is fine. I still see whatever it is I want to see. So
Right, right. What about okay, let me rephrase it to if you had to cut out one thing of your life, would it be, YouTube, or would it be like the big shows, the ones made by giant companies that are, released on networks and stuff?
to cut out like internet cartoons or Samurai Jack or like big shows like that, which one would I choose?
Exactly.
That's a really hard question because on one hand, I can sort of rely on TV shows for updating every week whenever a season is out. Whereas indie animators, like they're pretty much all over the place in terms of new releases. On the other hand, internet animators is what got me into this career choice, especially Harry Partridge. Like, once again, he's the reason why I started doing this. So
Mhm.
That's a really hard choice. I don't know.
Honestly, I don't even know what I would say,
Um,
to be honest.
yeah. Oh man, that's really hard. I guess I'm gonna go with like the internet one. Because can I just cheat and like watch pirated versions of stuff on the internet?
Maybe, yeah.
Like I wouldn't condone that anyway, but like
I mean, it's super bad
uh
quality and anyways, right? And you always get this,
yeah, like as long as I'm in this box anyhow and I couldn't support them even if I tried, like I at least don't want to miss out on it. So
and plus if you did that, there's other ways to support them too in terms of like getting like merch or that kind of thing.
I could do that. I could compensate by getting a bunch of merchandise, which I would be totally down for a Samurai Jack shirt now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I'd buy
Yeah.
that immediately. Oh, even better, an Aku hoodie. I would buy that immediately.
Yeah. There should
Like a black hoodie with like flaming eyebrows. Oh, I want that now.
I wish there was like near where I am, I've got like nothing interesting in terms of like stores and stuff like that. So uh and I hate ordering things online, so I'm in a stupid position, you know. I either have to
I
go to a big
gotcha.
city
Yeah.
or put up with my hatred for ordering things online.
Yeah, I got like nothing in my area either, man. I don't know,
Yeah.
but what you gonna do?
Yeah, true. Oh, here's another question. Would you
Okay.
uh would you ever want to move to like a big city? Because like actually I forget where you are now, but I'm not sure if you are in a big city, let me know. But it's would you ever move to a big city? Because I hear that's
Uh,
where a lot of the animation, if you want to get hired somewhere or you know.
yeah, well, that is my plan actually. Like once these commissions wrap up, I wanna move to Vancouver to see if I can get a studio job there. So yeah, hopefully that goes as intended.
Yeah, right on. Well, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
to answer your other thing, right now I am in Calgary.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I should probably go. I got a lot of work to do as well.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, man. It was cool hanging out with you.
Yeah, for sure. Good luck with the rest of your animation.
All right, and good luck with your endeavors as well. Thank you very much.
For sure. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. Bye. All right, and with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. I'll be sure to link to their respective channels, the guys who hopped on, both Phil, You're Accomplished, and Kyle Lynn of Suck Creations. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, for those of you who tuned in, and I'll catch you all next time. All right, see you later.